Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another video, another collab, and it's the first time Bhavs, my brother, is in the building. Long overdue. It's my fault. Listen, I hold my hands up. It's my fault. Man has been messy with the scheduling and just all over the shop from day one. So it's a big blessing to have Bhavs in the building at last, at long last. My brother's killing it at the moment. He's on Arsenal. I see him editing as always since I ever saw him at the YouTube space. You know what I'm saying? He's telling me all about how he can do the wizardry with the editing. AFTV, now his own channel, doing bits, 100K, big plaque. It's looking nice. The lighting's hot. How are we talking, bro? We good? We good?
Listen, after that intro, I feel amazing. So thank you very much. Appreciate the invite. And yeah, let's talk Arsenal Chelsea.
Well, today it's a combined 11, and we was discussing quickly before backstage how we're gonna do this to make it interesting. I said, listen, you're right. It's got to be off ability, because if we do this off form, it's a long day for me. It's a long day for the viewers, the Chelsea fans. It's a long day for everyone. I think you might actually go into it favourites as well, which is insane. Because I mean, you guys have got a good record, but I've always felt like, yeah, we can get a result. But right now, it's looking very difficult. So let's get into it. Let's start with the goalkeeper, bro. The graphics will be along the bottom. My brother editor does a brilliant job on that. Goalkeeper wise, how's Ramsdale looking versus, say, a Kepa? Now the thing is with Kepa is that he's actually out for a couple of days as well. So if we're doing this based on players available, which I feel like we have to, then Kepa's actually looking like he's unavailable for this, because he was on crutches last time I seen him with a bad foot. So then Mendy comes into the conversation, and I was going back and forth with Henry Winter on Twitter, and he was like, it's Pickford in goal for England. I was like, what about Ramsdale? So how do you feel? Is Ramsdale for you like an undisputed starter in a team like this? How's he been this season?
And Arsenal's team, of course, he is. This season, he's been better. I think he's still. If you were to tell me who's a better goalkeeper, like in terms of the basics, saves, catching, and all that type of stuff, I'd probably say Mendy's the better keeper in that aspect. I'll concede that. But what Ramsdale makes up for it is his kicking. Like he's just a unique profile. Like if you ask Pep about Edison, he's not the best goalkeeper, but he wouldn't swap him for any goalkeeper in the world because of how because of his style of play. And I think Ramsdale's the same. So would I swap Mendy in our current team? No, not because I think he's a bad goalkeeper. I think he's fantastic. I just think his style of play isn't suited to Arsenal. I think Mendy's a more traditional goalkeeper, and Ramsdale's a more new school goalkeeper. And playing out the back, for me, it's Ramsdale.
Mendy's been good to us, to be fair to him. He's been a little bit up and down with the form, if I'm being completely honest. Last year he had some big moments, coming out, distribution wise, dilly-dallying on the ball, and against Real Madrid, some individual errors here and there. And then, to be fair, Kepa did take him out of the team, and put him on the bench, and that's no way to really come into a fixture like this and say in a combined 11 that I could honestly, with chest, if I was talking about Mendy UEFA goalkeeper of the year, after a Champions League win, I'd say Mendy all day long walks into this. But considering the fact that not only are you guys above us, but Ramsdale's actually playing and Mendy's only just now coming into the team, in terms of who's available, and it's goalkeeper versus goalkeeper, I can't really throw Mendy in there, based on the fact that he was actually, he was benched for Kepa, even though it was an injury. So I'm gonna give you Ramsdale on that one for sure. Let's go to right back. I mean, Ben White is playing out of his skin. He's been a revelation, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's playing at right back now, forward thinking, overlapping. I'm hearing as well. I'm seeing it in a few games that I've seen. The guy is transformed. What's it been like? Because I don't think anybody really seen this coming. We've seen Tomiyasu over there last year.
I saw it coming. Because I thought him and Saliba are too good not to start together, and Gabriel's his own profile, so it's hard to start Saliba and Ben White because it's just two very similar players. So I always kind of thought when we signed Ben White, because he played for Leeds, he played there for Brighton as well, I think it was possible. So the fact that he's playing in the back three and playing as a right side centre back, if he can do that, he can do it in a back four as well. And to be fair, going forwards, he's been good. I think he's got 2 assists this season in the Premier League, and he's now starting to learn how to overlap. We saw it tonight in the Europa League as well. He's just very powerful going forwards. Like he's got powerful legs. If I can't put it into words, he's not really quick, but when he runs, he's a powerful runner. And going forwards, he understands more and more now. And actually, his final third passing is pretty decent as well. So if Reece James was fit, as much as I love Ben White, Reece James would start. But Reece James is not fit. And I'm not starting Cesar Azpilicueta with all due respect. It's not a retirement home. So we are going for Ben White.
Hey, listen, when it comes to retirement home, it used to be you lot. Do you know what I'm saying? We used to send
Used to be. That's the key part. Used to be.
David Luiz, we used to send man packing and say, listen.
It's fine. You can have Cedric now, innit? We'll give you Cedric. You can take him.
No. It's not going to happen. The standards are still here. We're performing up here right now, but the standards are still lofty. So I hear you on Azpilicueta. I'm actually quite worried about the clash with Martinelli. I'm not going to lie. That's probably one of the big 1v1s that people are most trembling about in the Chelsea community at the moment. So I'm not going to lie to you on ability. I can't dispute this. I would be giving it to Ben White. I have been saying that Azpilicueta has been a bit limited on build-up play. He's obviously given away the header there in midweek for the goal as well. I do feel like he's regressing. But I'm not going to lie. This is where it gets interesting. There are centre-backs based on ability. Based on ability, now I get my player in. Now I get Thiago Silva in. Without question, this guy is a Rolls Royce, a legendary man of many talents. The myth, the legend, Thiago Silva. Unstoppable in many regards at his age as well, and an absolute glistening career. To come to the Premier League at his age and be our leading centre-back and pass the way he passes, command the box the way he does, for me, he absolutely slots in easily in this team.
Listen, I like him a lot. But isn't he more of a right-sided centre-back than he is left?
Yeah, I mean, if we're working our way to the right, I don't mind what side he goes on, to be honest. I don't mind.
Are we playing a back four, right? We're playing a back four. I think that's established.
I feel like we should play a back four because our team sometimes play a back four and your team always play a back four. So I feel like, yeah, we'll play a back four for sure.
Yeah, I think Thiago Silva is amazing. But as a right-sided centre-back, I think Saliba starts there. Because you wouldn't put Saliba on the left because Thiago Silva's got more experience. But actually then, if I'm going to give you one Chelsea player, even though Thiago Silva is so consistent and so good, the actual left-footed or left-sided centre-back you have is Koulibaly, which I like quite a lot. I like him quite a lot. So if it was my team, actually, I would probably pick Saliba and Koulibaly. But if we're going to mix in form and obviously the fact that he's been so good over the years, I don't mind Thiago Silva. But if it was my team starting tomorrow on a back four, that lack of pace of Thiago, just because he's old now, it just happens, right? I would actually go for Koulibaly, but that's just my opinion. I don't mind Thiago Silva. You can have him in there. He's great vibes, and we can chant his name as well. He's got a great chant, so let's have it, man.
For the ability, I don't want to. I rate Saliba. I really do. I think he's come along I mean, listen, he got Young Player of the Year last year, didn't he? I mean, he was absolutely incredible in League R. He's doing his thing, but I got to give him years on years before I say ability-wise he's on Thiago Silva's level. It's been too early for me. Yeah, so there's a lot of learning to go. There's a lot of challenges to face. My thing is with Saliba is really just watching him face these challenges, international level, World Cup, France, big games, Champions League. If you guys qualify, which it look like you will, Champions League semi-finals, finals. This is where Thiago Silva's already proved that he's an elite level Rolls Royce of a defender. So on ability, because it isn't on form, thank God. If it was, we'd be finished. I'm gonna go Thiago Silva for sure in this defense. And I mean, do you feel like Koulibaly is better than your options? Because I would personally agree. Like if we're talking about Koulibaly on ability, I would say that he's better than Gabriel. Absolutely no question about it. And I would say that he's still better than Saliba, but I would say that Saliba obviously is in better form and definitely has way more potential for sure as well. I would say that. How would you say that?
Yeah, I think Koulibaly has done amazing and happily. Not really hit the ground running at Chelsea. It happens because Chelsea have kind of been poor this season and new managers and stuff. But if we're gonna have a back two, I'd say Thiago Silva and Saliba works because Saliba's got the pace as well to recover, and you could learn a lot from Thiago Silva. So I think Koulibaly, you could say he's better right now, but I'd say Saliba's probably better right now, as of right now, at this moment of time. So, I go Saliba and Thiago.
All right. I hear what you're saying in terms of like matching the two with each other as well. You got someone that's a bit quicker, a bit younger, but Koulibaly's no slouch.
He's not, but he also gets sent off quite a bit as well.
Yeah, he's a little bit rash.
We need to have 11 men. No, he's not rash. If what Saliba is, he just lacks a little bit of know-how running in behind him. That's where he lacks experience. You can see it when you have runners. If on Sunday you have Chelsea players running in behind him, because he's so big, like his frame is so big, it's hard for him to turn like that. When he's running quick, he gallops like a horse, right? But when he has to turn in quick little, like against little players like Nunes, for example, or Firmino, you could see him causing him issues because they're just so quick off the yard. But yeah, I think Koulibaly's no slouch. But listen, I'm going Saliba. If we're not getting Saliba, and I'm walking out of the video right now.
Hey, I'm trying to think though on ability. Is it really Saliba in this?
It is. If you've got ability as well, you're forgetting how good this guy is. Koulibaly's amazing. He's amazing. He is an amazing player. But if you're gonna have one player, it's Thiago Silva. But look at Saliba. Man said 21 years of age, Liga Young Player of the Year. Koulibaly, he's done great things, but Saliba's destined for greatness at this age. He's coming to the Prem, and he's.
He's been one of the
look
best.
Look how he's raised Arsenal's level.
Yeah.
Look how Arsenal have gone from. We've gone from last year 4th and 5th, and now 1st and clear right now.
Okay. I'll give you Saliba, but then I want the left back, and I've got to take. I know Chilwell's not available; he's injured, but Cucurella is, and I know in form wise, people would say, okay, he's a bit sketchy, but I still think as a true left back, this guy, Player of the Year at Brighton last year. There's a reason why City wanted him. He actually had a good start to his Chelsea career in terms of the first few games. Then recently, since the tonsillitis, he's been dipping a bit. But the guy, for me, is a proper left back. And for me, I feel like Tierney maybe would be in the convo if he was playing consistently. But because he's kind of like injured, I don't really know like what's Tierney's consistent level over the course of the season. Whereas Cucurella last season, for me, he showed it at Brighton. He's a quality left back. And I think actually at left back, he's been playing left side centre back in a free. I think when you put him back at left back, say with a Thiago Silva and then obviously a Saliba, I think you've got a good blend of experience and youth in that back line. So I would be throwing in Cucurella in there. I still believe there's not a single moment of doubt that comes into my mind with this player's ability, despite people have been questioning them recently and whatnot. What would you say to the left back situation?
I'll give you Cucurella. I think he's a good player, and I would say take him at Arsenal, but. Do I think, because obviously Zinchenko's not available right now. He might be for Sunday, but he's not been playing. I don't think he's a better player than what Zinchenko is at Arsenal in terms of the different players. One goes forwards, one's an overlapping fullback, and one's more of a midfielder left back. But because Zinni's not available and Tierney's not been playing, I wouldn't put Tomiyasu over Zinchenko, over Cucurella. So I'll give you Mark. I think he's a good little player.
I hear it. In the DM position, I can't lie to you. I don't really think there's a.
Let me just say right now. I've already done one today. I've done a combined 11 today, right? And I did the 3 in midfield. We did it at one go, right? We did 3 in one go. And listen, I know I might be on enemy territory.
You're not going to take all 3, surely. You're not going to tell me that.
But I said to myself, if you're playing a midfield 3, a 3 in midfield.
Nah.
And bear in mind, that video was about form. So it was an easy Arsenal win. Okay. Because form minus Arsenal.
I mean, why was that even created, really?
Right. Well, listen, it's for Arsenal only. Innit?
On form.
But now we're talking We're talking about number 6 position, right?
Yeah.
On ability, of course. Do I trust Jorginho on his own in a midfield 6? No, I don't. I don't think he does. I think Partey has more legs. He can cover better, more ground. And as a defensive midfielder, I trust him more. Now, if you change the conversation and you go to 4-2-3-1 as a pivot, Jorginho's a better player than Partey in terms of on ball and keeping the ball ticking and stuff. But we're not playing a pivot here. We're playing a midfield 6 on his own. And as a 6, I'd say it's easily Partey.
Bro, I'm not going to disagree with you. I ain't even going to be trying to be shameless here. I think he does the build-up play. He's press resistant. He shields the back four properly as well in terms of he's able to get around and he scores goals from distance. Do you know what I mean? And he's got a good pass on him.
Bonus.
So for me, I think that's been a massive part of your team. And I've gone through big teams in the past in terms of what's been crucial. And that has been that 6. And you look at when Fabinho has dropped off, look at the difference at Liverpool. Rodri at Manchester City doing his thing, look at the difference. You know, we've just seen Real Madrid shell out 100 million euros for Tchouaméni. This position is vital, and he's we saw the difference when Lokonga came in against Manchester United at Old Trafford. That's the difference between having Partey and not having him in the team. So I'm not going to disagree. The guy absolutely has to go into the team. But I have to say that Mateo Kovacic has to go in the midfield 3 as well. The guy, he's got to go in. You can't get no shouts, bro. He's got to go in the team. He's that good, bro. He's that good.
Where are you playing him? Where are you playing? Right side, left side?
I'm happy to play him on the left side. I think that's where he's majority.
So that's where Xhaka plays.
That is where Xhaka plays. And I think for me, I'm still saying Kovacic is a better player than Xhaka. Xhaka is in incredible form. He's in the form of his life. but we haven't seen it consistently, and we haven't seen it at the top level still in Champions League. And I know I could say that for all of your team, but I think for his age category, I don't think he's been a top world-class level footballer for long enough for him to be talking to Kovacic in a team like this or based on ability. I think he's in a great run, but right now I've got to give it to Kova. I have to.
You're speaking to someone that was a massive fan of Kovacic at Real Madrid. Right?
Was?
So I still like him as a player, but he plays for Chelsea.
Yeah, I hear you.
It gets a bit sticky. But look, I wanted him at Arsenal I did a video actually back in 2017, I think, to say Arsenal should sign him. So listen, I have no doubts about Kovacic going into the team. Now, if you say form this season, Jack has been better, but overall career ability, Kovacic is the better fit. So yeah, I got Kovacic on the left-hand side. I agree on that. Now, right-hand side, listen. I don't want no false tens, false whatever they are, false midfielders. I want a proper midfielder who can create chances, who can be a metronome, who can keep it ticking, who's got the talent, who's got the techers. I'm going for Martin Ødegaard. And I like Mason. I think he's a good player.
Come on, man.
Good little squad player for Arsenal and that. But he scored against Arsenal. I said that. But listen, I like Mason Mount. But there's a reason why Chelsea don't play a 4-3-3.
We're not tolerating this.
There's a reason why they don't play a 4-3-3. There's a reason why he doesn't play as a midfield 8. It's because he isn't that profile. He hasn't proven himself yet. So I'm going. If you're going to midfield 3, I'm not talking about number 10s or false strikers.
He's best in a 3.
I ain't seen it that much, bro. I ain't seen it. I'm not like. Have you seen it?
No, listen, I've seen enough of it, but I haven't seen enough of it because he's been playing the front 3 because we've been playing the back 3.
That's the point.
But bro, when it comes to an all-round midfielder, Mason Mount is a better 8 than Ødegaard. I think Ødegaard's more of a 10. Would you not say? You're not more of a 10?
No, I think Mount is a better 10 than Ødegaard, and Ødegaard's a better 8.
Really? I thought
because Ødegaard's a player. He's not Mount's more of a final action player. Mount will get more goals and assists over the course of a season because he is just that final action player. Ødegaard's a metronome. He'll keep the ball ticking. He'll keep the ball. This is why actually, maybe it's Kovacic is amazing, but he don't score goals. Xhaka is scoring goals now. That's why. Do you know if you look at this? Listen. You look at this season, right? Ødegaard scored goals, right? But I'm thinking if you have Mason Mount and Kovacic, Mount will score goals, of course he will. But I think with Ødegaard, he scores goals and gets assists, but he is just a metronome. That's what he is. He is a better 8 than he is a 10. So look, if it was a 4-2-3-1,
goals, Mason Mount gets
he does. That's the point. He does. But in a midfield 3, as a number 8, Martin Ødegaard has proven it. Right, this is the difference. He's proven it. Mason Mount's hypothetics. It's hypothetics right now.
Not hypothetics.
This is hypothetical. Can he play as an 8?
Was it
no, because he's proven it. No, he's proven it at a big stage. I'm talking about as a midfield 8. We've not seen him play as a midfield 8. He's played as a midfield 10. That's different. There's different roles there, bro. Some players that look amazing at 10 don't look as great as an 8. Ødegaard looks better as an 8 than as a 10.
He's better.
No, I don't think he is. I ain't seen it, bro.
I know.
Over the course of the season, have you seen it over 30 games? Have you 38? Have you ever seen him play? I have seen Ødegaard. That's the difference. And I've seen Kovacic at Real Madrid as well. It works for Kovacic. Mount has to prove himself first as an 8 to enter Ødegaard's category as an 8. That's difference, bro. As a 10, as a number 10, I'm starting Mason Mount with Ødegaard, but as an 8, I'm starting Ødegaard.
I think Mason Mount, and a lot of the Chelsea fan base will probably think the same thing, is that he's better as an 8 because he's further away from goal and he can see more of the pitch ahead of him. He can play the passes in front of him instead of having to play back to goal and further forward where we need that composure in front of goal, and he sometimes can get a bit erratic. So for me, Mason is a better 8, and I thought Ødegaard was a better 10 than Mason because he's got that final wall maybe, but you're telling me otherwise. Listen, I'm going to leave this to a deadlock because there's no way I can walk away with this. I wouldn't be able to. I can't handle it. If I walk away with this fight,
do you know what?
I can't.
I know how predicted lineups work over the years. You see a lot of jinxes over the years. You see a lot of people come up and they say my team's better, and then the other team always wins. So I'll give you Mason Mount. You can have Mason Mount.
Oh, okay. You're playing it that way, yeah.
You can have Mason Mount. I think he's a good little Gavin, man. Bro, Mason, listen, you're a great player. Just don't score against Arsenal. I think you're fantastic.
Bro, I've got to force my guy in here because he's player of the year last 2 years. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the first time he won it was way more impressive than the second one, but he still won it. He's done it on the big stage. He's got the statistics to prove it as well. And for me, Ødegaard, as much as I rate him, he's not exactly been consistent in his Arsenal career as well. Let's make that very clear. He hasn't been consistent. He's been very up and down. Sometimes he doesn't really turn up. He ghosts. So I got to remember what Ødegaard's really been doing throughout. I know who won Player of the Year last year, and it wasn't Ødegaard. It was Saka. And that's who we're going to get onto next at right wing. Saka's in. I'm not going to have a conversation about it. I'm not debating it. I'm not even gonna
Listen,
disrespect.
I don't
you,
think
bro.
I don't
You
think
did.
this needs to be a conversation at all.
Yeah.
This front three. This front
The whole
three.
three.
Give me all of them, bro. Give me Jesus,
Yo,
give me
yo, yo,
Martinelli,
yo,
and
yo.
thank you very much for watching, my friends. Subscribing in a bit.
Hey. What about Sterling? You're not gonna put Sterling left wing?
Sterling, bro. Listen,
Hey.
I've always liked Sterling. And we're not gonna talk about Aubameyang. We're talking about Raheem Sterling
Jesus,
over as an
that's
overall career, has had a fantastic career, and he's better than Martinelli in terms of careers. But as of right now, as of this Sunday, if I could pick one of them starting, pick Martinelli. And you have to look at Sterling, for example, right? Sterling's career started, right, at Liverpool. Then moved to Man City, and he transformed himself into this goal-scoring player. At Liverpool, he scored goals, but not as much. Guess who was a part of that? Guess who coached him into that? Obviously, Pep does amazing things. But if you ask Sterling himself, he said it himself, he goes, Mikel didn't play a massive part. Mikel Arteta played a massive part into coaching Raheem Sterling into the player he is today. Great talent, of course, but into that goal-scoring player. He was never a goal-scorer. Then you look at Martinelli, who is a goal scorer. Naturally, you can see he's a natural goal scorer, right? Sterling misses a lot of chances. And he's done it over City and Liverpool as well. His dribbling this year has been awful. And I'm saying, guys, an Arsenal fan, if you disagree, you can disagree. But would you say Sterling this season right now, has proven to be better than Martinelli?
But we're not doing it on form. So if it was on form, I would 100%.
I think it plays a part. As a
footballer, do you think Martinelli's a better footballer than Sterling?
I think he will be a better footballer. I think he will be. So if you say right now, I could actually say, yes, Sterling probably is better because he's got more experience. But I think Martinelli will be a better player. Because I look at Sterling, the player, because I watched him actually. This is actually a fun fact. I used to watch Liverpool's
Koulibaly kind of thing.
Yeah, I used to watch Sterling. Do you know when he used to play for Liverpool's academy, right? Because back in the day, I didn't have that many TV like sports channels. The only one I had was the LFC TV thing, right? Because it was free. So I used to see Sterling as a youth player, and he's a great dribbler, but his finishing was always like, hit and miss. That ball striker has never been there. With Martinelli, he's got a lot more fundamentals. So I think, if you think about it right now, I could give you Raheem Sterling because he's done amazing things. But going into the future, if you ask even Chelsea fans, I think Chelsea fans would swap. They would swap. They would take Martinelli over Sterling because going into the future, there's one player that's going to be better.
I agree. I think it's similar to Saliba, Koulibaly, but I would even say Saliba's different because I feel like Saliba's just hit the ground running. I've only seen Saliba in good form. Whereas Martinelli, I've seen last season again, ups and downs. And not getting the goals that he should be contributing, and again, not giving Saka that help that he needed. At times, Saka was carrying Arsenal, and that's what's given me a bit more reservation on Martinelli and it's more form this year. But I will agree with you in the future in terms of projections. The guy can head the ball. The guy is doing dribbling. He's causing problems down the left hand side. He's putting Trent on his backside. And yes, it's not hard, is it? But he looks like he's gonna be a mad player. So I hear that. Projections, Martinelli and currently Sterling. Because I do feel like Sterling gets a lot of disrespect. And again, this is the similar situation to Cucurella. I have not really had a second thought like on Sterling in terms of the quality of the player. I think recently, yes, form's dipped. You have to remember sometimes he's been playing in like a front two against Man United, or maybe he's doing wing back duty against Brighton. Yes, he's still pushed up as a winger, but it's not been, the team has not been tailored to attacking players for a while. You could say, we set up sometimes a little bit defensively due to whatever it may be, the different factors take too long to get into it now. But listen, it's not the first time we've seen attackers come to Chelsea and struggle a little bit more because of the setup. But I think when you go and get the best version of Raheem Sterling, we saw what we got at the Euros with England, and he carried that team in a systemless Southgate team. Up front, Jesus. I'm here for it, man. Listen, I wanted Jesus at Chelsea. Everybody knows that. Do you know what I mean? The guy, they could talk about.
I think your fans would have hated him.
Really? Well, because he doesn't put the ball in the back of the net enough. Was it the finish?
Because you don't have that many other goal scorers. Like if you look at a team, there aren't that many other goal scorers. Actually, it depends, man. Because Jesus doesn't score as many goals. You can see it today as well. Like he put in a 10 out of 10 performance. He was doing everything perfectly. Didn't score a goal, and he missed a big chance as well. And fans will look at it and go, at Chelsea, for example, he would help the likes of Havertz and Mount get more goals. But because we have Saka and Martinelli, Arsenal fans allow it because these two players will score more goals because of Jesus.
Yeah.
But I think at Chelsea, because he doesn't, because your fans are, you're egging on for a goal scorer, like a proper Haaland type of goal, one chance, one goal striker. I think your fans would have been a bit impatient with Jesus. But Arsenal, because we went from Aubameyang, who was a goal scorer, we've seen that goal scorer. We've also realised that you don't need a goal scorer to actually become a great team. Sometimes you need better players. So Aubameyang's still a better goal scorer than Jesus, because Aubameyang is a better finisher than Jesus. But as a better player, it's Gabriel Jesus, man. He does everything perfect but put the ball into the back of the net, which is obviously a massive part. But I think you said it yourself, man. It's obviously man like Gabby J.
Yeah, he's got to go in, bro. Like, I rate him. I think he helps so many different parts of the way you play football in terms of, like, hold-up play. I saw his hold-up play. Ridiculous. The work rate, the energy, the running of the channels, you know, just the beating of the men.
If he could
as well.
finish...
Bro, if he could finish, consistent.
It's not even finishing right. It's just like he loses just a little bit of composure, because it's not like he misses the goal. He always hits the target. It's just
like a madman.
Bro, if he could strike a ball like a Harry Kane, for example, bro.
Yes, so
I'm talking. I'll say one thing though. This is a little comparison. I heard someone else make it. I'm gonna say it myself as well. You see Karim Benzema, right? Karim Benzema is now an amazing finisher, but you go back over the years at Real Madrid, he wasn't that good. Finishing wise, he'd score 15 goals a season or so, but now he's in his 30s. He seems to have found that. I'm hoping with Jesus will be similar, because he, like Benzema got the best out of Ronaldo and so, right? You can see what Jesus getting the best out of Martinelli and Saka, but he isn't that goal scorer. He can become one, because what he does so well is he gets into positions. He'll make himself chances. So he gets the chances. Once he learns to finish those chances, then oh boy, it's looking scary, and not for us.
Scary hours, yeah. Listen,
I ain't Saeed, bro.
Listen, if Jesus wants to jinx that like Sancho did, I'm here for it, Joe. No problem, because he's obviously not in the Chelsea shirt. But I do rate the player. And listen, you can see with yes, lack of goals, but look at the assists. The guy is contributing, and when you watch Arsenal play,
he's got 5 goals. It's not like he's got no goals.
Exactly, and if he's
5 goals, 5 assists, that's 10 goals and assists, no?
Exactly, and to be honest, if he ends the season with 10 goals and 10 assists, you know what I mean? If he ends the season with 12 goals, 12 assists, ain't nobody going to really complain. And you know that you can see when he plays, if Arsenal were to not have him and take him out, you can see there would be a big problem. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, bro. Listen, I don't know if I've really done good enough for the Chelsea community on this one, but I've tried my best. I've had to pay homage, because at the end of the day, they got some good players. We've seen that this season. I don't dislike a lot of your team. I'm not going to lie. It's not like I have to show that.
Maybe you'll dislike us this Sunday.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping that Chelsea players stand up but I don't have dislike for Saka and Ødegaard. They're nice guys. They're nice lads. Do you know what I mean? They're good guys. So, but on this weekend, I'm not gonna lie. You guys need to be knocked down a peg or two now. You've had a nice. We've been there before, bro, as well. Up top of the league, November under Lampard and Tuchel. But listen, this Sunday we need to be bringing you guys back down with us.
Are we going to compare the managers? Because we could be for an hour then.
Nah. You know what? Luckily, it's just combined 11, so we're going to leave it.
Leave it in the comments.
Bro, do you know what it is? Yeah, I've given Arteta so much stick over the first 2 seasons of 8th and 8th. I couldn't, man. Because I don't know.
But Graham Potter ain't. You can't say great. It's not Thomas Tuchel we're talking there. We're talking Graham Potter.
But he's done a brilliant job at Brighton. I feel like do you know what? I feel like we'd be here all day. So it would be impossible to start this one, because it would have to be a proper debate. We will do this though at some point. We will do this. Yeah, that's a whole.
Maybe the reverse fixture.
Yeah, that's a whole video on its own. Actually, because then, do you know what? That would be more fair, because Potter would have had a bit more time, and then we can really judge. Because I think he did an incredible job at Brighton, highest place finish. That was an incredible job that he did. But at the same time, you have to look at it and say, Arteta's done a good couple of months here. Won the FA Cup, but then 2 really poor seasons. And then Graham, difficult start, but not bad start, like unbeaten until the battering at the weekend. So again, it's maybe it's too early to judge him. So I would probably favour Potter, but that's just me standing up for Graham. Do you know what I mean? That's me standing up for my brother. I remember he was with Ostersons. Did he come up against Arsenal when he was at Ostersons?
Yeah, he beat us. Yeah. He beat us at their ground, or no? He beat us at our ground, I think.
Yeah, man. So he's got to have some ratings in the Arsenal community for that. Do you know what I mean? It has to happen.
Graziano Portorini.
I wasn't gonna forget about that one. Let's get predictions in as well. Like I said, yeah. I don't dislike your players, because I think you're a nice team, but I do dislike your club, obviously, as you dislike mine. we're rivals at the end of the day. And yeah, I hate that badge. We got to win this game. It's a must win for us. I mean, for you guys, for your title credentials, I can't believe
For our what?
Man can't even get that out. Hold on.
For our title credentials. Yeah.
Lord Jesus. Yeah, for that.
For Arsenal's title credentials. Say that louder.
Bro, I seen your tweet. You're like, yo, I can't believe I'm saying it. It's getting nice saying
yeah,
it.
bro. Well, at first, it was a bit like, it's like, Arsenal title contender. Even I was like joking about it. Now I'm like, Arsenal title contenders with Chester. If we beat Chelsea at the Bridge now, because then after we've only got one league game, Wolves away. If we beat Chelsea at the Bridge and basically kind of stay atop until the international break.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, I think we have to be taken seriously, no?
Yeah, no, do you know what? I actually agree with you. If you beat us at the Bridge and you bop us and I actually expect you to have more possession. I was speaking about on All You Can Eat Chelsea.
I don't.
You don't. But I don't even mind if you have more possession because I'm happy to do a Man United here and just hit you on the break if it
No, you are more the ball. You are more the ball. It'll be 55, 45 10.
You think so? But if you guys beat us, I'm gonna be I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to firm it and I'm gonna have to be like, yeah, they're serious. They're serious because that means going into the new year, you're gonna be up there, and that's halfway through the season. What's your prediction for this game? I'm going 2-1 Chelsea. Obviously, I have to put my neck out on the line for the team.
You see, in terms of actual form right now, if they're just going off form and how Arsenal playing, how Chelsea been playing, I think it's a comfortable Arsenal win. But I just kind of. It's PTSD. That's what it is. It's PTSD from previous years. I'm anticipating a drop off somewhere. I'm like, no way we're going to go to the Bridge and actually. But no way. Arteta's never lost there, right? Arteta's never lost at the Bridge. But Potter's got a good record against Arsenal. You got Aubameyang, so I know for a fact he'll be up for it. I just think, just because of the narrative alone, I think it'll be a draw. I just got a feeling about it. I don't know, man. Because realistically, Arsenal should be beating you guys because we are the better team right now. And also everyone's fit and available. Zinchenko might be back. We're a stronger team then. But I just feel like it'll be too good to be true. Go to Bridge, beat you guys, stay top of the league. It's too good to be true. It's got to go end somewhere, right? But I'm gonna say I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw. But listen, if we can win 3-2, it'll be sensational.
Yeah, listen, I've been bit before going for these Chelsea wins in some of these counters. I did it for the Man United game as well. I do think it will probably be a draw as well. I'm just trying to push out some positive energy onto the team and say it's a win, but it's not been working. So,
if this was at the Emirates, bro,
your chest would be different.
Comfortable 3-4-0. I would have said something
hey,
I would have said goal difference for you guys might be a thing to worry about. But it's at the Bridge. That's the issue. It's at the Bridge, and the Bridge can be a bit, But listen, maybe we're going to be chanting Stamford Bridge is falling down on Sunday.
Listen. Like I said, I've been there before. Where you guys top of the league, we've done it too, but it didn't amount to nothing last couple of times. So once you guys come back down to us, come back down to earth, we'll be here to welcome you at the pearly gates. Do you know what I'm saying? And say, listen, welcome back. This is normality resumed. So, and obviously, I know you man were playing against Ziyech today. Was it Ziyech you was playing? Or was it Zurich?
Zurich. Who's Ziyech? Ziyech is your player. No, it's Ziyech. Who's Ziyech, bro? I was like, we ain't playing against Ziyech today, bro. Playing Ziyech Sunday.
you ain't playing Ziyech Sunday. That brother ain't gonna start. I'll tell you that.
Well, whatever it is, we played Zurich, and it wasn't even a good performance. It was a second gear performance. But that's the thing. We put second gear performance, and we smacked them in terms of chances and stuff, and XG and stuff like that. So I think we've saved energy, and now rested players. Zinchenko's massive. If he starts on Sunday, bro, my confidence goes through the roof.
Well, we'll see. I have been impressed with him inverted left back and whatnot, giving you those different options inside overloads and whatnot. It's all been very tactical, technical. I've been enjoying it, but it has to stop now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been cool. You know what I'm saying? I know Turkish is enjoying Big Six and just sitting there, all comfortable and chuffed.
Don't let us win.
Don't let us win,
because bro, we don't want to see. I'm saying it for my own safety now, but you don't want to hear when we win. If we win at the Bridge this weekend, bro, listen, you don't want to hear us in it. So, for the sake of football, you don't want Arsenal fans to be variable.
Yo, I'm gonna see you on Twitter. I'm gonna see Turkish on the Big Six. I'm gonna see.
You'll see me in person, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna be running. If I see you in King's Cross again, I'm gonna be ducking, bro, like this. I'm gonna be head down, running like this quickly. Listen, every time I'm outside, I'm always seeing this Arsenal fans that clock me. So, yeah, I'm not going outside, to be honest, if you man win this. But, Babs, it's been a pleasure, bro. It's been a great video. Long overdue. First time on the channel. Let the people know where to find you. Of course, they probably already know, but let them know anyway, bro.
I'd say if you are a Chelsea fan, do not follow me on Twitter unless you want to see abuse. Actually, to be fair, this year it's been more Spurs than Chelsea. But if you want to see actual Arsenal content, if you want to, it's Bhavs14 on YouTube. And if you want to see Chelsea get slandered and Chelsea fans laugh at me, then Bhavs14 on Twitter.
There you go, guys. And for me, make sure you smash up the likes, leave your comments down below. I know there's going to be people that are annoyed with the team. They're going to be like, yo, Matisse, what are you doing? Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that? Guys, put your combined 11 in the comments down below. It was always going to be pretty even because obviously we've got the history and they've got the current, you know, and we got to respect both because at the end of the day, let's be honest, if we could pluck players out of teams and actually just do a free-fall in terms of transfers, we'd have a bit of both. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, big up everybody. Big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace. Come on.